Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Proftrof and we're back again with another Warhammer 40k video. This is another major kill video and it is top 5 characters who can defeat the God Emperor of Mankind. Okay, this video might be a bit heretical, okay, but let's check it out. I mean, the fuck? I assume that the Chaos Gods can beat him? So that's like 4, right?
G'day guys and the 1.5 girls that watch my videos. Despite my best efforts,
I got 5%
the
boy,
demonetization of Major Kill continues.
Oof.
So we have to get creative if I'm able to afford my next mortgage repayment. I'm excited for all the made up words and out of context phrases this video will contain to supplement its uncharacteristic lack of swear words. I would also like to state for the record that Timmy is a 30-year-old mentally challenged man, not a child. So any harm that does come to him during this video is not child abuse. To also avoid copying a $42,000 fine by the new copper laws, I'd like to state that this video is not made for kids. It's also apparently not made for women either, but that part's irrelevant. You know, YouTube is pretty cooked when they demonetize adult content, but if you don't make adult content, you're in danger of getting fined $42,000 for child content. What a time to be alive. I'm just waiting for the day that my Patreon tips over enough money so I can literally say whatever I want without a worry in the world and just be happy being yellow. This video is by far the most heretical I will ever make.
Be happy
Even more
being
heretical
yellow.
than the only 2 videos that have ever been
bitch.
age restricted on my channel. 5 characters that could defeat the God Emperor of Mankind. We have to set up some parameters. Firstly, the Big E is not holding back. There ain't gonna be no Horus bullschnaz where the Big E lets Horus go to town because he doesn't want to neck his favourite son. No, the characters on this list are fighting a fully charged prime time Big E, and the characters themselves are also at their prime. Also, when I say they can defeat the Big E, I'm not saying it's a sure thing. Just like my Master Chief vs Space Marine video, Chief can beat a Space Marine, but that doesn't mean he will. This list was really hard
that
to
sounds
put
like
together.
an awesome video. Can Master Chief defeat the Space Marine? I mean, okay, we'll discuss it in the video when we check it out.
Hurt the Big E. He's
I don't think
defeated
so, though.
multiple gods and can literally mind penetrate anyone, but I managed it because I'm the best. Let's get into it. At number 5 entry on this list, and basically the Eldar version of the Big E, we have Eldinsh, an old legendary hero of the Eldar that fought Kane in a 1v1 to save his people.
Wow.
Eldinsh predates the birth of the Emperor by millions of years, him being one of the first Eldar ever made. He united his people and exterminated many evil and cooked as Xenos. Eventually he encountered a bunch of spooky Xenos that he couldn't defeat alone, so Kane was
I
like,
really wanted to show a picture of the KKK here, but that got me demonetized last time. Why did you think it was like I get you demonetized, brother?
So Kane was like, I got you, fam! And came and gave him a hand, and they de-spooked the spooks, which is a
De-spooked
nice way to
spooks.
talk about genocide. Eldinsh was extremely powerful in all forms of combat, and he could even summon elder gods into the material realm if he needed their assistance in battle. When Kane got a little bit weird and started trying to destroy the Eldar race and the other elder gods, Vol tried to stop him but failed miserably, as he was the god of blacksmithing, and Kane is the god of war. Just goes to prove that being a blacksmith doesn't make you a smart person. Wow, it's incredibly hard not swearing in this video. Every fibre of my being is tearing itself apart. Anywho, Eldinsh was like, Kane,
Hey,
you're a
you could
seriously
say he's getting worked.
weird dude. Let's fight. Which also makes Eldinsh weird for wanting to throw hands with the god of war, but that's cool. I guess Eldinsh saw into the future how many times the avatars of Kane would get wrecked by everyone and their dogs, and he thought he could handle it. Despite his best efforts, Eldinsh definitely could not handle it, and after a good fight, was completely emascerated.
Wait, he
This
lost?
was fine though, as Kane had broken the rules and directly killed a mortal, enraging a Saurian and causing him to curse Kane. From that day onwards, Kane's hands drip with blood to remind him and the Elder of the crime that was committed. Although, if I was a god of war, I'd be pretty stoked that I had this cool new bleeding aesthetic, so not sure if he really cared about it. This story of Eldinsh
Bro, if you play Path of Exile, you probably had to pay $5 for that bleeding aesthetic.
has a few variations, with one of them being that Kane just straight up murders Eldinsh for refusing to allow Kane to infest his soul. But either way, A mortal who stands up to the god of war is someone who can give the Big E a run for his money. Next on this list, we have the most powerful stand in existence,
Oh, the space
Void Dragon.
Wait,
But Major Kill,
didn't he beat his ass? Yeah.
the Big E already defeated the Void Dragon and placed it into a coma, and that was even before he was at full power.
Silence your filthy, disgraceful mouth, Timmy, before I inflict severe blunt force trauma upon your cranium. Whilst the Big E did overcome the Void Dragon, it is likely that it was only a shard of the dragon. The Void Dragon was scattered and beaten by the Necrons, just like all the other stand, hence why the Big E was able to put it into a coma. The pre-sharded Void Dragon was one of the most powerful beings in the galaxy during the War in Heaven. This is a period of time where gods walked among mortals and crocs were a thing, so that's saying something. The Void Dragon was by far the most destructive stand, and had the power to create virtually unkillable warriors that shoot out lightning. Pretty dope. He also taught the Necrons how to build the pylons, which would slowly seal off the warp from real space. There isn't a whole lot of definitive lore regarding the Void Dragon, so a bit of reasonable theory crafting comes into play. We know Vol created the Blackstone fortresses purely to kill Stan with, especially the Void Dragon, hence it seems like the fortresses were used on the dragon and were able to wound it or break off a couple shards. Either that or the Necrons just did the equivalent thing with a green laser beam. The wounded dragon saw that his days were numbered due to the Necrons pulling the old betrayal gag, hence fled to Mars to hide. If the Big E had encountered the Void Dragon at full uncharted strength, I don't think he would have been able to overcome it. All the godlike psychers of the old Eldar Empire couldn't beat it, so I'd be surprised if the Big E could. Next up, we have the greatest current threat to the entire galaxy, the Tyranid Hivemind. Now, before you're like, what the brah? Hear me out. I'm not saying the Big E has to fight trillions of Tyranids while the Hivemind plays with itself in the corner. This situation is more based on the Hivemind manifesting its combined power into a tangible form, like the Sword Lord, but not completely sucky. The Hivemind has the power to dim out and even cancel the warp, so the Big E would struggle to use a lot of his power against it. This combined with the Hivemind's extreme adaptability would make for one hardcore godlike enemy. The Tyranids will most likely end up eating everything in the end anyway, as you know, it suggests that they have basically devoured most of the universe already. They're literally just about to gang cuddle the Milky Way really hard. Again, we're still learning about the nature of the Hivemind, but in a straight up fight between the two legends, I can't confidently say that the Big E would win. Down to the second last entity, and most likely to end up wrecking the Emperor, we have the Old Ones, and by extension of them, the Gods of Chaos.
Wait, who the fuck is
The
first?
Old Ones are extremely advanced psychic space toads that went around creating life. While they personally were very bad warriors, they're extremely good at creating warriors to fight their woes for them. They made the Eldar, the Crocs, Mankind, and others in their war against the Necrons. It was the Old Ones who also created the Realms of Chaos, although it was an accident. The Gods of Chaos were spawned directly from the Old Ones, and they were very close to extinguishing the fire that is the Daddy E. Unfortunately, the Gods of Chaos are made of pure warp energy, and cannot yet enter the material realm, so a boxing match between Khorne and the Big E is unlikely. In saying that, however, it is often stated that the Big E in his current super skeletal state is greater than the Chaos Gods individually, but not combined. This is due to him being collectively preyed to feverishly by trillions of people, while also simultaneously chowing down on thousands of psychers every day. However, if we're pitting the might of Chaos against the might of the Big E, then as the lore has told us, the Big E is slowly but surely losing, despite being a literal 24/7 god tier furnace. The final character who could put the Big E over his knee and deliver him a good spanking is, you guessed it, Kane, the Elder God of War.
But Major Kill, Kane was defeated by Khorne and Slanesh, who you placed lower on this list.
Zip your mouth thoroughly to me before I insert a sharp object into your abdomen. When Slanesh entered the game and ate trillions of Elder Souls and 95%
Yo, I don't know what's funnier, Major Kill cursing or Major Kill not cursing.
Elder Gods, Kane copped the equivalent of a big fat kick to the family jewels. Nothing depowers a god more than 99% of your followers being eaten, yet despite that he was still able to match Slanesh in combat for a very long time. The fight only ended when Khorne was like, yo, Slanesh you naughty girl, me and Kane are both gods of war, so I should like totally eat him. But I guess Khorne doesn't really eat things often, because he ended up shattering Kane into 1,000 pieces, scattering him all over the galaxy. An avatar of Kane up there with some of the most powerful warriors in the galaxy, enough to give a Primarch a run for their money, so just imagine this for a second. You get an avatar of Kane, and you times their power by 1,000. You then give him the prayers and praise of trillions of psychic elder, as well as reinstate his godhood, and bam, you have the most powerful being in the galaxy. Kane effortlessly defeated other gods for fun. He even defeated the legendary Nightbringer and other Stan. Even an uber-powered newly born Slanesh struggled to bring down a D-powered version of him, so the Big E would likely get diced like sushi pretty early on if the two fought. Unfortunately, it is extremely unlikely we'll ever see Kane reborn properly. In theory, his shards can be reforged and put back together to bring him back to his original form. However, the Elder despise Kane because of how often he's tried to kill them all, so it's not really an option. But that's okay. I feel too clean. After I finish this video, I'm going to go outside and hurl obscenities at my new cat until I find a good equilibrium. And that does us for today, guys. The top 5 characters that could defeat the God Emperor of Mankind. Despite being around for a very long time, Games Workshop has given us very little concrete evidence about...
Okay, I'll be honest, I find most of these reasonable besides this dude. Where is he? Come on, the first cunt. This dude. He feels very... like he should not be on the list. I mean, he's on the list with like gods and shit, and he's like not a god and shit. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, this was top 5 characters who can defeat the God Emperor of Mankind. Can. Maybe cannot, though. Because he's a big E. With a big D. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a nice fucking day.